Hi, my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So for today's movie, I will be reviewing Elemental, starring Leah Lewis, Mahmoud Athi, and directed by Peter Son. So, the plot of our story takes place in Element City, and within this city resides Ember, played by Leah Lewis. She is the daughter of Fireland immigrants Bernie and Cinder, played by Ronnie Del Carmen and Sheila Omi, respectively. She spends her days mainly residing within the Fireland immigrant population of the city, and she spends her days running the convenience store and doing deliveries. Anyway, the plan is for her to take over the store one day from her very, very old and very well past his prime in terms of working capacity father, yet her inability to keep herself from blowing up at Karen-esque customers is kind of getting in the way of this plan. And when I say blow up, I mean it quite literally. When she gets so frustrated, she literally blows up. So you can see why she's having a hard time, sort of taking on the ownership of the store. Making matters worse is when it's found out that the store is not exactly up to code, and so she has to reluctantly team up with Wade, a city inspector, and a water person to keep the business from being ticketed out of existence. So the screenplay is a bit uneven. It feels derivative in the sense that it borrows from Zootopia, but instead of animals and its elements. Also, I should note, fire is not an element. Or at the very least, it's not an element on the periodic table. Just wanted to get out of the way, but anyway, as I was saying. The film also, features a plot, where Cinder, as I said before, the plan is for her to take on the family store, but she's not entirely sure if she wants to take on the store. So kind of derivative in that sense. But the film does put in the effort to fully flesh out the characters with three-dimensional personalities to keep things from feeling too cliched, so it's good there. The racial commentary is also kind of mixed. On the one hand, it does nail how marginalized groups have to deal with microaggressions on a constant basis, even from the most well-intentioned of people. Like at one point, Cinder, goes on a date, with Wade to a family dinner, and again, despite being nice people, Wade's family kind of says some rather insensitive things. There's kind of the "oh, you speak English so well" microaggression that's thrown in there. So yeah, it's again, I mean, the film, it's good there. However, it doesn't delve as deep as it could into other subjects like structural racism. Like at one point, a character remarks about how Element City wasn't designed with fire people in mind. But the film never delves deeper into that subject matter, like how it comes about, who and what responsibility people have for that, ranging from the everyday citizen to city planners. I don't know, I guess, again, for the story it told, I guess it worked out well enough, and perhaps maybe it was just a little too subtle, but I guess it could have been worse. It could have been a way on the nose metaphor. I don't know, for me, Shrek 2 is kind of the peak of racial commentary. It feels that film feels like guess who's coming to dinner, but fairy tales. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Back to the movie. The movie also does have the screenplay does thankfully have a positive in that it has a lot of good visual setups and payoffs. Some of which I didn't see coming in the way that I would have expected, especially with at the climax. It pays off something that I honestly did not expect to pay off in any significant manner. The voice performances are solid. Leah Lewis gives a solid turn as Cinder, a short-fused yet goal-oriented second-generation immigrant who just desperately wants to do right by her parents who, in her words, sacrificed so much for her. Mahmoud Athi, he can be a bit much at times as the hypersensitive Wade, yet he does manage to ground the character with a sense of purpose and a desire to help other people, even if he's not always the greatest at doing that. Also, the supporting cast is also great as well. The voice actors playing Ember's parents are well done and avoid feeling too cliched, despite the cliched premise of it all. Wade's family, again, the voice actors portraying them do a good job of showing how even well-intentioned people can, have some blind spots and some implicit bias towards marginalized groups. So good there. Again, nothing that really like blew my mind in terms of vocal performances, but just decent overall. The visuals are solid, though not quite as worth the $200 million price tag that movies usually are. Like, I don't know, for whatever reason, when I was watching this movie, I thought I was watching a Disney movie, but it's actually a Disney Pixar movie. And there is an important distinction because, again, I nothing against the Disney animation department, but usually I consider Pixar movies to be of the higher animation quality than the Disney movies alone. But I don't know, it just felt like I was getting Disney animation in a Pixar movie, for better or worse. That said, the film exudes creativity in how it portrays the various elements citizens going about their day, ranging from how they eat, how they live, to how they get around from point A to point B in the city. It's very well done there. And the film does do a good job of showing how, again, like I said earlier, that the Element City wasn't designed with fire people in mind. So, again, it didn't delve into the mechanics behind structural racism, but yeah, it does do a good job of dramatizing it for our main protagonist. And also, the visuals do a great job of advancing the storyline, especially with regards to Ember's efforts to save her family's store from being ticketed out of existence. So it was good there. So, though it doesn't go quite as far with its premise as it should, Elemental still manages to conjure up some Pixar magic thanks to a solid voice cast and creative visuals. So, with all that in mind, I will be giving Elemental 3.5 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. If you like this review and would like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And for today's comment section prompt of the day, what is your favorite Pixar movie and why?